everyone, Gail from Chicken to Anywhere here with another edition of Friday Fragments, which is a meme hosted by James over at booksheetclub.blogspot.com. And in this meme we read either something from our current read or from one of our favorite books. But before I get to the fragment, as always, I have some announcements. The Skype book club, which I mentioned last week, I have put up a sign-up page on my blog, and you can find the post somewhere down there. And at one point, somewhere in the future, there will be a button somewhere on my blog, either on the sides or up top. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put it yet, but no, it is going to come. But until then, post right below this one. There will be, there's a sign-up page. Another announcement I would like to make is I am looking for ideas on how to sneak onto a cruise ship. My friend is going on a cruise in March. She's going someplace where she's going to be allowed to pet monkeys, and I want to pet monkeys, or what will most likely happen, get attacked by monkeys. But I want to go, but I don't have money to go. So if you have ways to get me onto that cruise ship and not get arrested, let me know in the comments below. All ideas are welcome, and for a successful idea, you will get a video of me and my friend getting attacked by monkeys. And really, who doesn't want to see people get attacked by monkeys? But monkey attacks aside, the book I'm going to read to you from this week is The Replacement by Brenna Yovanoff. This is one of Penguin's Breathless Reads books, and I am trying to read all the ones that I have before February 9th? Yes, because I'm going to New York City to go meet a lot of these Breathless Reads authors, and it's always nice to actually have read the book before you meet the author. So I've made a spreadsheet, I calculated it all out, and I am right on target to finish all the books in time. This book, I love the cover. It is so shiny, which you can kind of see here, and it's just so creeptastic. And I actually saw this cradle at BEA last year, and it's really cool up close. The chapter that I am going to read to you is from chapter 6, which is in the beginning of the book, and as you can tell from where my other bookmark is, I'm about halfway through. So far I am liking it, but I'm not loving it. It's not as creepy as I thought it would be, and I just feel like there are things that the author expects us to know about her world that she hasn't quite told us that we should know, so I feel like a little lost sometimes, like I'm just missing part of the text. But that could just be me. Who knows? But anyway, as I said, I'm going to read to you from chapter 6, and this book has chapter titles, and this chapter is called Fridays at Starlight. When Roswell picked me up after dinner for our weekly trip downtown to the showcase of local bands, we didn't talk much. I stared out the passenger window while he messed around with the radio, trying to find something he liked. Finally, he switched it off. So, are you going to tell me what's wrong? His voice sounded loud in the silence. What? He didn't look away from the road. You're not too chipper tonight, is all. I shrugged and watched the strip malls go by. Tate Stewart is... It's just... She freaked out in class today. She wanted to talk to me, and I don't know what to say. Her sister died. She needs a professional. And because those things were true, but not the whole truth, I told him something else, so hoarse and low it was almost a whisper. Ross, I don't feel good. I haven't felt good in a long time. Roswell nodded, tapped his palms on the steering wheel in 4/4 time. What's it like? He said suddenly. Being, you know. He made it sound so easy, like he was asking about hemophilia or having double-jointed thumbs. It took me a second to realize I'd stopped breathing. It was hard to describe something you weren't supposed to talk about. And yeah, maybe my dad liked to call it uncommon, this neutral, sanitary word. But I could tell sometimes, just by the look on his face, that what he really meant was unnatural. Beside me, Roswell was ticking his fingers against the steering wheel. Finally, he rolled his head to the side and looked at me. He wasn't stupid. I knew that. He'd known me pretty much my whole life, so it wasn't like I thought I was fooling him. The thing that kept me mute was the chance that if I said it aloud, he'd look at me differently. Maybe it wouldn't be obvious. He'd try to let it show. He tried not to let it show, but the difference would be there. And that was bad enough. But stranger, deeper, was the fear that nothing would change at all. He might just shrug and carry on like always, which was somehow worse. The truth was an ugly thing, and I couldn't stand the possibility that he might be okay with it when it wasn't okay. He was quiet, watching me in the pauses at stoplights, waiting for an answer. I rolled down the window and stuck my head out, letting the rain splash against my face. I knew that if I opened my mouth, I'd tell him. The cold air was helping a little, but on the car's fiberglass quarter panels, the frame was carbon steel, and I was starting to feel sick. It was getting worse. Roswell letting out his breath in this long, pressurized sigh that meant he had something on his mind. "I've been thinking," he said after a minute. "This is totally not scientific, and maybe it's not even my business. But do you think you might be depressed?" I looked down at my hands, and then I made fists. No. I knew what it looked like. Lately, I was a mental health pamphlet, answering questions in monosyllables, avoiding strenuous activities, sleeping too much. I wanted to tell him that it wasn't as bad as it seemed. I was just doing my part, playing invisible. That when you're tired all the time and you have to keep your sleeves pulled down over your hands so you don't accidentally touch a handle or a doorknob, and a good day is defined by the fact that no one noticed you exist. That's pretty depressing, but it's not clinical. And so that's my fragment from The Replacement by Brenna Yovanoff, which is in stores now. So feel free to run out and get a copy for yourself. And that is all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.